Hey folks, in this video, I'm going to show you how I'm going to be using Propresenter to add a countdown timer for our church so everybody knows when our live stream is going to start. So let's go. Hey folks, AJaytheCEO here. If this is your first time stopping by the channel, thanks for stopping by. And on this channel, we focus on tips, training, strategies, reviews, and builds to help modernize your media ministry. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. And if y'all like what we're doing here, consider becoming a patron at patreon.com. Link is in the description. I said I wasn't going to do any videos, but this actually came out of me having some rest and some clarity. And I thought about something that I don't know why I haven't been doing. Because of how we do stuff, I play on second, fourth, and fifth Sundays at my church, and then we have another musician that plays on first and third. So when I'm there in the booth, you know, this really isn't that big of an issue. What we always do is we announce the time so that everyone knows when our live stream is starting. I know my pastor didn't want to have a clock inside the sanctuary, and, you know, that's fine. And with presentation software, you can always put a clock up and so people can see, but especially since we're mainly focused on the small gathering that we do in the sanctuary, but predominantly the majority of people are on our live stream, we want to step it up a notch and make sure we have better production value so everybody knows what's going on. So I went to the lab, played around with Propresenter and other features that I have not used, and we set up a countdown clock. Really simple to display that inside the sanctuary so everyone knows when we're going live and we don't have to announce it over the speaker system if we're doing praise and worship or something like that before our live stream. So granted, you can do this in Worship Extreme. You can do this in almost any other presentation software, but mainly I'm doing this video for my media ministry to show them how to do this, as well as maybe some of y'all can get some ideas about that. So let's go ahead and cut over to the computer. All right, I'm getting ready to log in to our presentation, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to actually log into all three of these systems, and I want to show you actually how everything is going. So first, I'm going to log into our switcher. Recently, we added a new ATEM Television Studio HD to replace our original ATEM Television Studio that died out. Now, the benefit of this one, the original television studio only had 6 inputs. This one has 8. So what we have are our left camera, our right camera, our back camera, our stationary camera, our front camera, and we have our Propresenter input. So that's 6. But we also have a Decklink Mini Monitor inside of our presentation system that now we can hook up, and now we have 7 inputs. So we have one more. And that is what we're going to be leveraging here. And if I open up the ATEM software, which I can control remotely, I thought I had everything turned on. I'm going to turn on the system remotely here, which is the benefit of the smart switches and all that other fun stuff that we installed recently. Give it a second. There we go. So our system is on at church right now, even though no one's here. And as you can see, if I go here to our labels, we have another input called our stage display. This is really important for my setup at my church. This is how this works. So we have one more free connection here that we're not using. We might use that at a later date, but right now we're using everything except for this last one. So stage display is something completely different. Again, this is from not a video out from our video card, but this is the output for our Decklink Mini Monitor, which is specifically supported in Propresenter. So just be aware of that. All right, so now that we got that, let's go ahead and connect to our presentation system so I can show you how we did this. And for those wondering what I'm using to remote in, that is Chrome Remote Desktop, which is completely free. All right, so let's go ahead and open up Propresenter. Now, I've already done this, but I'm going to walk you through exactly how to do this. This is Propresenter 7. You could do this on any of the older versions, but I think they lock it behind a paywall that you have to pay for. And originally, we did pay for the module for version 6 to use the mini monitor. I think it actually supports it natively with Propresenter 7 without needing the module, because I have Propresenter on my home computer and I don't have that and it works. All right, so we're here in Propresenter. We're going to come up here and go to Preferences. All right, now we have screens. Now you can make multiple types of screens to do different things. Typically, we just have the screen to where it shows on the projectors. So we're sending out full screen, whatever, if we're doing announcements, or we do lower thirds and we're doing scripture and lyrics. So if we come over here to screen configuration, we have audience. That's what I was just talking about, that everybody sees. This is picking up the ATEM input from our video card. But stage display we have on, and this is using our Decklink Mini Monitor, which is outputting our stage display. And that's what we're going to use to leverage this so that we don't get any confusion with this. So the idea is our countdown timer is always going to be on the mini monitor, the stage display. And then when we need to switch back to our regular, instead of making changes inside of Propresenter, we're just going to go from a different source inside of our ATEM, like picking a different camera. Hopefully that makes a lot more sense to everybody in my media ministry. All right, so let's go ahead and close all of this. Now to set this up, we're going to be using the timer. So we go to the timers right here, and I already have one here where we're going to be counting down to a specific time. And good, I didn't update this so we can switch it back to what we need it to be. So right now it is 4:49 p.m. on a Friday. So let's say our live stream was starting at 5 p.m. All right, that's what we're going to set ours at. And we're going to go ahead and go to start. So again, normally this would be for Sunday, so this would be set at 10 a.m., but I'm changing this so that y'all can see it. And actually, let me change this to, let's change this to 5:30. Give me some more time. So again, as a refresher, we're going to come up here to timers. We're going to go to the service start timer. Make sure it's the time that you want it to be, and it's AM, PM, whatever like that. Type in the time. But normally for our Sunday services, it's just always going to be at 10. So that'll be fine. So now let's go ahead and hit start. So now we have our countdown going on. We can close that. We're done. We're going to come over here to more, and we're going to go to stage editor. Now you can make multiple type of layouts. So this one is the current stage display that we are not using, to where we can show lyrics to the choir or the praise team and no one else can see it. We're not using that right now, but this was the intention before all this COVID stuff happened, to where we were going to do this. But we made a different layout, which is our countdown. And all this is, and let me move my picture-in-picture out of the way. All we have is a text title that just says time until go live. And you can always hit the plus to add new elements to this if you want. And then we have referenced our timer. So in here, like I would hit plus, we go to timers. Now it'll be a list of all the timers that we just already made and we just used. We only have 2, but we're already using it. Now this is just a random number that's here right now. It's just for a place. So you can come in here after I turn the lock off, and we can come in here and modify this, change the font, change the size, change the alignment. You can do all this other stuff. I have hours turned off because this is not going to be on for that long. I just have minutes and seconds. That's all we really need. So now that I made that, there's really nothing that needs to be touched in this. All right. So now let's go ahead back to show, and we're going to go back here to our stage. Now this is where you pick what's actually going to be shown. So right now you see I have my stage display. These are the layouts that we had set up. This is the one that I selected, the live stream countdown. That's all I have to do. And now I hit show. Hey, where is it? I don't see it, AJ. Well, like right now, this is monitor number 2, which was normally will be announcements. So let me just go ahead and bring that up, and I'll cycle through these announcements here. So we'll have this looping. This is what everyone would see inside the sanctuary. You don't see anything different, right? Cool. But what we're going to do is let's go ahead and get out of this system. And we're going to log into our live stream so you can show you what the different ones look like. All right, so we're on our live streaming system. And normally this is the countdown that you would see, well, whoever is on our stream would normally see. And let me rewind this a little bit here because I had this going for a while. And if I go to studio mode, I'm going to see what Propresenter is showing inside the sanctuary. This is the ATEM is pointing to Propresenter's main audience output, which is what announcements, scripture, and everything will be shown. But because we have that mini monitor as a secondary output, I mean, you could do the same thing if your graphics card supported multiple outputs. We're using all of ours. That's why I can't do it that way. But if I had a 4 display output, you wouldn't need the Decklink Mini Monitor for this. It'll still work. But what we can do is instead of using the PC, we'll say stage. So now this is what's going to be displayed inside the sanctuary, which will be a countdown for everyone to see. And no one will see this inside of on our stream because this countdown is hiding this. So ideally, both of these would be around the same time because we're setting Propresenter to count down to 10 a.m. That's when we start the live stream, or in this example, to 5:30. And our regular stream, we start 15 minutes before. So if we're doing it right, it should be within a few seconds of each other. So this one is always going to be accurate. This was going to be dependent on if whoever's in the media booth starts it on time. But that's how simple this works. So this is what everyone in the sanctuary will see. There's no need for anybody to call out anything. I mean, you could make this into a video if you wanted to, but why when you can just use the program to do this? Worship Extreme does the exact same thing. It can count down to a specific time or anything like that. And I think this will work very well in our situation. So hopefully this will make it a lot easier and avoid us having to announce really loud, oh, we have 5 minutes left. We have 4 minutes. We got 90 seconds. Everybody can just look up and see when the live stream. Now, when it comes to people in the media, we need to be aware that once it gets to a certain time, we need to switch off from the stage display and switch back to our main camera input. So if I had to do this, I would say at 30 seconds or at 10 seconds, switch it back to your main camera because everybody knows within 10 seconds, we're about ready to go live, 15 seconds, something like that. So hopefully that helps. Let me know if you want me to go over something similar like this and the other applications that are out there, presentation software, Easy Worship, Worship Extreme, Proclaim, OpenLP. I think some of them support that. I just don't know because I haven't used them all. But leave a comment for which one you would like me to do. And again, some of y'all are probably already doing this, and it just shows you I am not as much on the cutting edge as you would think. We're still learning all this stuff and trying to refine the production of our live stream to make it a lot easier so people know when we're going live. And it, you know, instead of us yelling over the mics to tell everybody what time we have left or inform everybody, they just got to look up and they can see, oh, I have 5 minutes before this goes. Oh, I have 60 seconds before we go. Something like that. So hopefully for the people at my church that wanted me to show you how to do this, hopefully that makes sense. You only got to come into Propresenter, start the timer, set it to make sure it's still at 10 a.m., hit start, then that's it. And as long as the timer is started, the stage display is still going to show, and we just got to switch over to that other input. If it doesn't, you just go to stage display, show. That's it. So like I said, let me know if you have any questions or any comments about this. And we're going to be trying this on this Sunday. So we haven't done this officially. And like I said, this video is for my media ministry as well, too. If you like this type of content, I appreciate a like, consider subscribing, and hit that bell. That way you get notified when we come out with other videos to help modernize your media ministry. And I want to thank the patrons and YouTube members for making this video possible. Their names on the screen right now, and you too can become a patron for as little as $1 a month, or a YouTube member for as little as $4.99 a month. No matter what platform that you pick, just realize that you are helping us train media ministries all over the world. Thanks for watching, folks. This is AJ. We will see you on the next video. Later.